Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? Chris Rod. What are we doing today? Today is a quick, kind of unique video. One of our subscribers had actually, I hope he's a subscriber, but we definitely did get a comment about this, requesting a video about how to edge your hard surfaces from your soft surfaces or your grass where they meet, and the methodologies that we use, whether it be through a string trimmer or utilizing an edger on a different piece of equipment with actual metal blade. Okay, so we're gonna actually run through that today. I thought it would be kind of a unique, interesting video because I normally don't do equipment style videos, but I'm here to help you guys in any way, shape, or form. If y'all need help, that's what I'm here for. Please leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and if you've got an inquiry or you've got a question about lawn care, please ask, because that's what I want to do. Okay, that's what the channel is all about. It's simply an educational video, especially for my homeowners here in West Texas. El Paso heat, 100 and they said it was 110. I didn't even check. All I know is I've been sweating all day. It's been humid as crap. We get very little rain here in West Texas. So getting to the point of the video, we've got two different string trimmers. Oh, I should say trimmers, not string trimmers, but two different trimmers. Let me bring them on over for you guys to see here. Let's give you a quick rundown on the differences here. So, and not only the differences, but perspectives, okay? So, we can get DIY with this, okay? Because a lot of DIYers, I hope, follow the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor. Helps boost the YouTube algorithm if you hit that subscribe button so I can keep making these kind of videos if you got questions. So this is my day-to-day, okay? As a lawn care professional, I'm out there every single day doing on average 15 to 20 clients, and my go-to is a string trimmer, okay? Meaning it's got this piece of string at the end of it, right? String trimmer, okay? Some call it a weed whacker. A lot of us just call it a string trimmer, depending on your location in the U.S. Everybody's got different nomenclatures. But this is an Echo. I use Echo brand because that's what the HD sells, and it's readily available, okay? This is a really standard homeowner version. As far as the nomenclature, I couldn't even tell you. An SRM 225 Echo string trimmer, okay? Very basic. The reason why I use this one is because it's versatile. Here in West Texas, we have a lot of properties that are cookie cutter lawns where we string trim a border, like a raised bed like that. A lot of it's rock, okay? And it makes it very easy to go from a trimming that way and an edging along a hard surface, okay? We don't have these huge quarter-acre lots or full-acre lots where it meets a road or a frequent highway where these aren't typically used, as opposed to a regular edger, okay, with a metal blade. So it really depends on your usage and what you need and how you plan on using it. But from a day-to-day perspective, as far as lawn care here in West Texas, typically you're gonna find string trimmers on the back of a truck. The other option we have is an edger, like a full-born freaking edger. This is a PA. This is an Echo PAS system, where it's a PAS 2620, where I have interchangeable heads. Okay, so this particular unit, okay, we actually have an edger here with a blade. This is a metal blade that just simply turns and turns and turns, and it will edge your yard for you. Okay, it's got a little wheel. The wheel, wheel is adjustable, and you can lower it and you can raise it based on how deep you want your edging to be, okay? This interchangeable piece, you do not have to go and spend the money to get one of these. I have this because I go from edging some yards or straight into shrub trimming. So I have the shrub trimmer attachment to this. Then you can get various attachments to this. It's got a bigger, badder ass engine on the back of it. This is very commercial grade type style of system here. So let's dive into this. I want to show you two different edgings that we can do and how we do these. Let's get into the string trimmer, okay? I'm just going to do 2 passes. I'm going to do half the pass going this way with the string trimmer, and I'm going to do the other pass with the actual edge, the edger here, okay? So that was a quick little how-to, if you will, with a string trimmer and the metal edger here on how you trim or edge your lawn to the actual hard surface. Okay, here's the couple key differences, couple key takeaways, pros and cons, if you will, and this is all going to vary. Okay, you know how they say there's 500 ways to skin a cat. Well, it's the same thing with lawn care. There's a multitude of ways to do certain things in lawn care, whether it be which way you mow, how you fertilize, when to apply this, when to apply that. The same thing can be said about actually edging your yard, okay? And it really boils down to your preference of look, okay? With the string trimmer, if you're out there out about doing lawn care, okay, these are more versatile in my opinion, okay? The string trimmers, I can go from edging the yard where it meets a hard surface to edging a border where it meets a raised bed or a rock wall, something of that nature, okay? If I have to use the actual edger with the metal blade, I can edge where it meets a concrete patio or backyard deck, something of that. But if I have to go and meet somewhere that's raised or like a rock wall, for example, I have to return back to the vehicle, put that piece of equipment away, and grab the string trimmer to edge along a string or a rock wall, raised beds, something of that nature. It's just more versatile and easier, okay? Which is why this is my go-to on edging and string trimming, you know, where the corners meet the lawn and the hard surface. The next thing I want to point out is the actual results between the string trimmer and the edger with the metal blade there. So let's take a look. You guys give me your opinions in the comment below. There is a noticeable difference. This is the string trimmer. And as we get about halfway here, right about here, is the edger, the metal edger meets, and you can clearly see the difference where we've got a string trimmer, and then the edger goes right into the soil line there. And it edges. And what else do we notice, guys? Massive amounts of debris. Look at that. Look at the difference between the edger with the metal blade, edge in the yard there, versus the string trimmer. There's hardly anything here. So you saw the amount of debris versus the string trimmer versus the edger with the metal guard there, or the metal blade, if you will. We're just going to call it an edger. String trimmer versus the edger. I'm going to do 2 more passes here. I'm going to give you another quick example, okay? And then I'm going to talk to you about some of the methods that we actually use the equipment. All right, so again, Tango, get the heck out of the way. Move it. Dude, get out of the way, bruh. All right, string trimmer versus the edger. See all that chunky grass there? Maybe that was from the mower, I don't know, but they're definitely clean cuts, either option, which is going to lead me into my next topic of this video, and that is simply the methodology of using either option. Let's get this final cut here. Looks good either way, right? Whether you guys get an edger with a metal blade, you're going to spend some money, okay? If you're not spending money up front, you're definitely going to be spending money on these blades, because these blades do wear out when they meet the hard surface, okay? And I see guys out there spending lots of cash on these blades. They do wear and they do tear when they meet the metal surface or the concrete or whatever you guys are edging up against. The same can be said about the string trimmer. If you're not buying a metal edging piece to reattach to your edger, you're buying string. So you got an expense either way, right? So let's talk about the methodologies of using this piece of equipment, okay? When you guys are edging with an edger with a blade on it, it does take some finesse. There's a little practice involved. If you cant it one way or the left, you're going to be cutting into the lawn, or you're going to be cutting into your hard surface. Either way, it's going to happen. So practice makes perfection, right? You got to get used to just running along, use your handheld, and you're going to string or edge accordingly, I should say. And you can go forward. I've seen some guys walk backwards. It's funny as hell looking, but either option, you can do both. There's lawn care videos out there with an edger and a string trimmer where we are walking forward and walking backwards on edging the lawn. Oh man, that lawn cut looks funny. You guys see that right there where I did that pass? You see that cut? I might have to go over that. Here's the point I'm trying to make, okay? 500 ways to skin a cat, right? Or maybe it's 9 ways. No, cats have 9 lives. 500 ways to skin a cat. When you're string trimming, you can absolutely go forward with the motion, and you can walk backwards with the motion like you saw me doing earlier. I prefer walking backwards. I'm comfortable with walking backwards. I have got 70 plus clients where every single week when I'm edging a property, I'm walking backwards. I know the lay of the land, I know the property, and I'm comfortable enough with walking backwards, okay? I'm going to talk about insurance companies here in a second, but essentially what you want to get used to is your property. It doesn't matter the piece of equipment you use, whether you're using an edger with a metal guard or a metal blade, or you're using a string trimmer. What you have to get used to, and this is the trick to the trade, is getting to know the lay of the land. You can get comfortable with it. And when you get comfortable enough, you can make a decision on your own whether you should be edging forward or edging backwards. Either way is a good option, okay? It just depends on you, your body mechanisms, and how you operate as a person, okay? As a person maintaining their yard. There's not one 100% way, yes, you should do it like this. That's not lawn care, okay, guys? And especially, it's not mowing, it's not edging. It really boils down to the personal preference of equipment and how you utilize it and what you're comfortable with doing. Because I can tell you right off the bat, if I was 70 years old out there trying to maintain my lawn, you best believe I'm not walking backwards unless I'm maintaining absolute great health, and my flexibility is still there. Hand and eye coordination is still there. All of this has got to jive in order to maintain the lawn and to utilize the equipment, right? Now, the one aspect of these two pieces of equipment and a piece of equipment that I did not get to show you today was the utilization of an electronic piece of equipment or an extension cord, something you plug in, okay? Those smaller DIY type string trimmers that you can get, or edger that you plug into the wall, those are regulated by the amount of amperage or voltage you're going to get from your outlet, okay, and the piece of equipment itself. There's not a lot of gas. There's no gas power behind it. There's not a lot of oomph behind it. You're not getting that horsepower as opposed to a gas-powered piece of equipment. So they all have their pros and cons. As a DIYer, what I recommend is you just get what you can afford, okay? And if you feel like it's not enough, then you may need to upgrade, okay? What I would upgrade to is a string trimmer, especially if you're here in West Texas or if you're inside of a city more type environment, even rural areas, you know, where you don't got a lot of hard surfaces. You're better off with just a string trimmer because it's more versatile. I can go from edging to doing a surface area that meets a border like a rock wall, for example, or a fence line, as opposed to just the metal edger. Again, if you're going to utilize both, that's great too, because I know companies out there that forbid the use of a string trimmer to do this kind of edging. I know companies out there that they forbid it, okay? They want the solidified aspect of an edger with a metal blade that gives it that scissor-like cut, and there's no risk of any variations in between that. The cleanup thereafter, and whether you should trim before mowing or mow before you trim. So many different options, okay? This is, again, I feel, and this is my opinion, and some may disagree with me out there, and that's fine. It's what you are comfortable with and what you prefer to do. Now, a lot of the times in my videos, what you're going to see me do is take care of the lawn first. I'll do a lot of mowing, and then I'll come back and I'll finesse with an edge, okay? And the reason why I do that is because my Bermuda grass is short. It's extremely short. I'm talking about a 1/2 inch, no more than a 3/4 inch, and that's not even short. Some of you guys out there with Bermuda lawns, y'all like to keep your stuff like golf course putting greens. It's an 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 3/4. You know, it's crazy. The point that I'm trying to make though is I mow first, and then I edge. And then I blow all that debris back in there from what little edging that I have to do with the string trimmer. My client properties though, the first thing that I always do is I edge the property first. The reason why is they don't mow 3 times a week. Therefore, their grass is longer in height. So if you are not an advocate of mowing as often as you can, meaning 3 times a week or twice a week, your grass is going to get a little taller. So what we want to do is, what I recommend is you go ahead and edge first. Get those longer grass clippings or some of those the stolons that are creeping along the surface. Edge those first, blow them back into the yard, and then you run your mower. Because what's going to happen then, as you mow, you're going to be mulching the edging that you already did. And that's what we do for all of our clients. We edge first and then we mow, because my clients either on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, so their grass can get can get pretty tall sometimes. So those edges, we like to go ahead and edge those first, get them back into the yard, and then we mulch all that stuff to get them into a finer cut. Hey guys, final comments. I do apologize about this prolonged video, but it's so damn hot. We had 106 degrees today that my phone overheated, so I had to take a break, cool it down, cool me down. Final comments, okay? Some pros and cons, do's and don'ts, if you will, whatever you guys want to call it, with the string trimmer. Dadgummit. I gotta make this quick. The string trimmer versus the edger, okay? Commercial products, commercial grade, whether you're out there doing the lawn care thing or you're doing the DIY thing, what I will say is this, okay? These string trimmers, they go in a horizontal pattern when they're edging, whatever it is you're doing, okay? That string will flick up in any direction that string is turning, debris, whichever way you're flinging it, RPM-wise, okay? So you have to be very self-conscious of which way you're actually edging. And you see me walking backwards because I want whatever debris I'm flinging or cutting to go this way. You notice earlier when I was edging, I was flinging the debris towards the pool. I do not like to go the other way where I'm flinging or cutting or trimming or edging debris towards a property because there are windows there. You always have to be mindful of the direction that you're actually edging, which sometimes requires you to walk backwards and flinging debris, trimming or edging away from a property. You have to be mindful of that sort of thing, whether you're a DIY or you're a lawn care company. The last thing you want to do is when you're edging material. Here in West Texas, we've got a lot of rock landscape. So if you're edging horizontally, it's very easy to fling some debris towards something you don't want it to go towards, like a window, a door. And I guarantee you, if you look on any freaking social media platform, you're gonna see somebody somewhere breaking a window with a string trimmer. It's kind of a con, okay? It's a big con. You have to be very conscious about this. With the edger, with the metal blade, it's in a vertical pattern and it's cycling downwards, okay? Even if you're going backwards, that motion is still downwards. It's trimming in a downward motion. There is drastically less risk involved with an edger, with a metal blade, because you're edging downward motion and it's just kicking that material up towards you, okay? There's not a flinging of debris anywhere like a string trimmer. This is a huge deciding factor whether you're doing commercial or residential, okay? You gotta be very self-conscious, even inside your training programs if you're running a lawn care operation out there. You gotta train your guys up in that aspect. The last thing that I will say, and what I mentioned earlier, was insurance, okay? If you guys are edging out there, if you're a homeowner and you break your own window, or you're a lawn care professional and you fling some debris into somebody's car window, their front door, or wherever it is, expect a phone call from an insurance company somewhere. Hopefully you guys are insured. I know we are. And what you see here is the edge guard. We leave this on here for insurance purposes, okay? This helps protect the debris flinging, and it regulates the amount of string that is being utilized for the trimming process. There's a blade on here that if it gets too long, it cuts it off, okay? And that is for regulatory purposes, operation of equipment. It runs at a specified RPM so that we're not running too hot. And if you take this edge guard off, which you probably see a lot of lawn care professionals out there, even some major YouTubers, where they remove this shield, okay, that is in direct violation of a lot of insurance policies out there. And so what do you get? If you break a window, first question they're gonna ask is the edge guard on and were they using it properly? Well, Sun City Lawn Care here in West Texas, we using it properly. It really just, it's all up to you and what you guys are operating with. I can't say any more about that, really, to be honest with you. Again, just to finalize one last time, pick your equipment, learn your lawn, and utilize what best suits your needs and your operational and physicality and what you're capable and not capable of doing. Everybody's got their own method of madness. I've chosen mine. You choose yours. Check you guys later.